Welcome to the Digital Glue Podcast. These digital untangling episodes are brought to you by Crystal Kordalchuk, CEO and founder of Virtually Untangled. This podcast is for entrepreneurs who need untangling from the day-to-day tasks in their business. These virtual world untanglers never underestimate the power of a good idea. And if that sounds like a lofty goal, well, it is. A decade ago, Virtually Untangled was founded with the goal of creating meaningful digital experiences that connect with people. Crystal and her team of honorary untanglers are now providing business owners just like you the opportunity to own your story and share it with the world. So, every Tuesday morning, she'll be dropping a new episode that will help you think big and dream even bigger. Let's dive into today's episode.
I do my best to guard my time fiercely, which may sound a bit extreme, but it's honestly one of the simplest and most effective tactics for anyone to live by, especially entrepreneurs. Why? Because the demands on our time are greater now than ever before, especially for those of us who own a business. With information coming at us in each direction at a rate faster than we can digest, responsibilities handed to us faster than the speed of light, and trying to find as many ways as possible to get each daunting task into our day. But there is a way to get more done of what you need and want with less distraction. In short, you must schedule stuff. And no, not just meetings and appointments, but all the stuff that matters most to you and your business. You can do that by scheduling time blocks into your day. But before we dive into the actual structure of building your time blocks, here are a few tips to consider. Create lists, set the right priorities, block in planning time, be flexible, track time spent, and schedule breaks. Our rule of thumb, the number one key to time blocking success, use a timer. Okay, now that we have the main tips narrowed down and your lists have been made, it's time to start scheduling your time blocks and get you laser focused. Here are the steps my untangling team and I suggest for helping you stay super productive and laser focused. Step number 1. Determine the hours you have available to work with in the upcoming weeks, both business and personal. Step number 2, list absolutely everything you want to accomplish during each individual week. Consider this your priority or bucket list. This list should include projects, tasks, appointments, meetings, and goals. Step number 3. On your calendar, block out your meetings and appointments, or anything that must happen at a specific time, so you know what time you have left to work with. Step number 4. Now that you know more of what kind of time you are working with because your meetings and appointments have been blocked out, it's time to add in recurring tasks as well as other daily business routines, such as social media scheduling, content research, etc. Once those have been set in place, now take a bit of time to add in tasks related to your personal life. This will help break down your time into sections. Step number 5. Take some time to fill in the rest of your time blocks with tasks, projects, and goals you want to accomplish. I know at first this may seem like a lot of information for those of you who may feel as though you're always running by the seat of your pants. But in time, tips and tricks such as these will truly help get you laser focused and save you more time for doing other things that you love that have nothing to do with your business. That being said, nothing kills productivity and focus faster than being distracted. So kill those distractions. This means doing things like keeping your phone notifications on silent during certain time blocks, not leaving tabs open on your computer, only checking social media during a scheduled time or break, not keeping constant tabs on your email throughout the day, and trying your best to work in an environment with as few distractions as possible. Productivity is truly never an accident. It's always the result of a commitment to excellence, intelligent planning, and focused effort. This topic of time got me to thinking. I don't know about you, but the last year went by way too fast, and this year is already repeating that pattern. I feel as though I barely blinked an eye, and now here we are, already mid-February. And to be quite honest, that's exactly why I chose today's topic of time management. I know we talked a lot over the past handful of months on our blog and social spaces, but I can't stress enough how important this is when running a business, especially if your business is in the market of helping others run theirs. It's time for us to personally take care of the minutes so that the hours will take care of themselves. I hate to admit this out loud again, but there certainly are a lot of time wasters in our daily lives, which can sometimes have a negative impact on what we're trying to accomplish. That's why it's so important to understand the lowdown on time management, which in reality can be viewed in partnership with project management. And there is truly no better way than with a quote by the founder of Supermedium. If you don't make the time to work on creating the life you want, you're eventually going to be forced to spend a lot of time dealing with a life you don't want. I thought it would be fun to get your hamster wheel turning by asking you an important question. Do you constantly feel as though you're searching for the one and only time management technique to cure all your time woes? It's a difficult process to work through, especially in the beginning stages, and may be difficult to find just the one. So instead of just one, how's 12 sound? They are all truly great, especially when mixed together. 1. Get enough sleep. 2. Track your time and make every moment count. 3. Take 5 minutes before each task to decide exactly what you want to achieve. 4. Schedule time for interruptions. 5. Don't multitask ever. 6. Use a good time tracking platform. 7. Use a good project management platform. 8. Plan your time every minute if you can. 9. Only track important tasks. 10. Block distractions when working. 11. Avoid painfully useless meetings. And 12. Avoid fake work and fake people. Now granted, we all procrastinate at one point or another in our lives, and we all get distracted by things easily within our reach or view as technology is literally shoved in our faces everywhere. But it's truly time to start thinking about your time as something that's palpable. If you don't, you will unfortunately keep making the very same mistakes and end up wasting more and more time on tasks and projects that don't bring any positive changes into your life, as well as benefit your business and those of your clients. It's not enough to be busy. The real question is, what are we busy about? It's just not possible to get everything done, especially on your own. And sometimes you may feel that there just aren't enough hours in the day for you to accomplish everything you set out to do, maybe even week. But if you're calm and work smarter, not harder, and follow some of the tips I just shared with you, and even some bigger ones I'm about to share with you now, you may find that there are enough hours, and your bigger picture will become a reality a lot sooner than you thought. However, there's always the flip side. If you're feeling as though no matter what you do, you're not getting ahead, time management isn't making any sense or working to your advantage. You can't finish off the items on your to-do list every single day. There's another way to nudge things along. Many of us start our new year planning stages thinking about what we would like to do differently. What worked, what didn't, where there's room for improvement, and what did we not yet accomplish that we'd like to. You know, that business dream bucket list. So if you haven't already put some of your amazing plans in motion or didn't have enough time over the holidays to really sit back, breathe, and think about what you'd like to do differently this year, now's your chance. Are you ready to make your dreams a reality? Then let's get started. This is what I like to call the year-end review. This past year was virtually wonderful, and I imagine you achieved a lot. So if you haven't already, take a moment and think about your journey and ask yourself, how do I feel about it all? What worked? What didn't? What goals and projects did I achieve? What am I truly most proud of? The New Year goals. Now that you've thought about your previous year's successes, let's move forward into the planning stages for the year to come by breaking your bigger picture down into a list of goals. What are your top 5 goals for this year? Write them down in order of their importance to you. What do you want or need to accomplish those new goals? Do you have an idea in mind of the timeline you'd like to tackle these by? And if so, what does your plan look like? Do you have any new tools, programs, or platforms that will help you succeed? You don't need to know exactly how you're going to get everything done, but you do need a plan of some sort so that your goals aren't filled with overwhelm and they don't just stay on your wish list for the entire duration of your life as an entrepreneur. Next up, the big bad plan. All right, my favorite part, because as you all know, I'm a productivity and organization nerd. It's time to make a plan. In order to become the very best version of yourself this year, you'll want to remember that the only way you are going to get where you want to be is to not procrastinate or let your own negative self-talk get in the way. So find some quiet time and space and ask yourself the following questions. Who do you feel you need to be to achieve all the things you want this year? What are the things you feel get in the way and prevent you from doing so? What distractions are in your life that you feel you need to get a better grip on? What do you need to do to get and stay on track? New tools, a VA, an entire team? What does your business name mean to you? Are your brand visuals and voice on point? What is your business manifesto? If you haven't yet created one, I highly suggest doing so. What is going to be your theme for this new year? For this one, think business and personally. Just for a fun sidebar, here are my themes for 2022. My personal theme for this year is to find true balance. I am the creator and leader in my life, and each day I will lead myself, my habits, my choices, my dreams and goals, and my relationships so that not only do I get to create a better, more well-rounded, calmer version of myself, but everyone around me will benefit from the balanced version as well. My professional theme for this year is to sparkle and have courage. I want to preserve the spirit in which I started Virtually Untangled in the first place. I want to reconnect with our values and have true connections with my virtual tribe and clients. I don't want my business to run on autopilot with the same boring things, but to build a truly extraordinary brand that replicates my personality, one that truly inspires others and grows in a soulful, authentic way. Sometimes we need to just breathe and remind ourselves it's not about working harder. It's about working smarter while focusing on the things that will really drive our business in the direction of growth, whatever that means to you. So if you're always feeling swamped with the day-to-days and just need some structure and support to create less stress, or maybe you're just beginning to think about becoming an entrepreneur, full-time hustle or on the side, or you're working harder than you need to be and feeling like you don't have enough to show for all your hard work, or you feel as though life in all forms is getting in the way and preventing you from achieving true success. Well, it's time to stop spinning your virtual wheels. Stop those annoying pain points in their tracks and use this next digital glue untangling section as a guide to plan your best year ever. We all dream big dreams, but you need more than just some fancy colored post-it notes and flashy programs to make your goals a reality. You need a real plan to move you closer to your dream business every single day. So, as 2022 ramps up, start thinking about implementing a few of those things into the year ahead. But remember, don't try to do everything at once. Perhaps pick one item a month and focus on executing it before moving on to the next. You will more than likely realize that several of your goals go hand in hand, and it will be easy to implement them at the same time. But pace yourself. It's a marathon, not a sprint. And last up for today, how to add self-care into your laser-focused time with the self-care plan. This is usually the one we sometimes don't put enough effort into. Self-care has been getting plenty of attention these past few years, and I believe it's with huge merit. Basically, I translate self-care to mean keeping in check with yourself physically, emotionally, and mentally. We all get busy, sometimes more than we want, and it can be hard to slow down and really take care of ourselves. So that's why I'm ending today with this topic, as it's just as important as everything else. In other words, it really should be a daily priority, and we should never, ever feel guilty about time blocking to take care of ourselves. We all can get stressed and overwhelmed from time to time, so perhaps it's time for things to change. So here's 3 easy peasy ways to be prepared for those overwhelmingly hectic and stressful days. Number 1, unplug from the tech world. As an entrepreneur myself, I feel the almost constant pull of having to be plugged in and monitoring every little thing going on in my business and those of my clients. This list is long and tiresome some days. And because of the long daily to-do lists that make our businesses what they are, I recommend taking a break whenever you can, even if it's just for 15 simple minutes. An easy way to accomplish this is by taking a break from technology, your laptop, your phone, Netflix, Spotify, podcasts, etc., when eating your meals. Another way is by not starting or ending your day with any devices, thus giving yourself that well-deserved chance to check out so you don't feel like you constantly need to be tied to the virtual world. Number 2, be active for not only your mind. This is something I tend to struggle with, but truly hate to admit. I really think that being active can mean so many things. Maybe you're the type of person that enjoys working out. Or maybe you're the opposite and you either do not enjoy typical exercise or find it hard to fit into your schedule. Either way, being active can have many benefits, especially if you spend most of your workday sitting at your desk or in your car. According to WebMD, sitting down too much can increase your chances of developing a variety of health risks, from heart disease to dementia. In this case, you should consider getting up and moving around or stretching for a bit every single hour. Or if you can afford to do so, incorporate standing at your work area by getting yourself a desk that raises, or create your own. You could also try fitting in some small stretching or dance party exercises into your day if you're feeling overwhelmed. Adding in a couple 5 to 10 minute stretch periods, walks, yoga, or other types of exercise may seem a lot easier to accomplish than working out for a full straight hour. And nope, napping doesn't count. Number 3, keep your stress level in check. Having a stressful day from time to time is unavoidable, so here are a few ideas in case you are thinking you could benefit from some tips on how to combat said stress, or at the very least, tailor a new reaction to it. Consider meditation or deep breathing exercises, also known as finding your Zen. Even if it's just for 5 minutes, focus on your breathing and be mindful that you are exhaling completely as well. Start journaling or writing down all the things on your mind. Doing this for a couple minutes a day can help you clear your mind and help you get on with the rest of your day. Schedule some chit-chat time with a close friend or a like-minded individual, even if it's just for a quick meetup for coffee, virtually or in person. Make sure you don't let your hobbies fall to the wayside. And even for some reason, if you do not have one, consider finding an engaging level of fun that will give your mind a break and encourage you to be happy while focusing on something other than your work. Self-care can mean something different from one person to the next. And sometimes it's not easy to take time to focus on yourself when you're having a busy day, week, month, whatever. However, sacrificing your health and well-being is not a precursor for your business to be successful. Self-care is easy to implement and manage when you allot time for it. So go ahead and start today. Especially if you are new to creating time for self-care, block time for that too. No joke. 10-minute meditation, 10-minute walk around the block, or weekly time slot for your favorite hobby. The beginning of every new year is certainly a time that many of us start setting new goals, to-do lists, to not-do lists, and making those timeless resolutions. As entrepreneurs, it can sometimes be hard to find that switch to shut off our minds from our businesses, even if just for a few minutes, as our personal lives tend to blend since technology allows us to be tied to our businesses 24/7. We often want to invest all the extra time we can get our hands on back into our businesses. However, taking a balanced approach between managing your business along with your personal life is also very important. After all, you cannot run your business if your health is suffering or you are lacking the energy to do so. So if you take some time to focus on taking care of both your business and yourself, you will not be disappointed. Focusing just as much on your health and your mental and emotional well-being will not only have positive effects on every aspect of your life and your business, and those around you will reap the benefits as well.
And that's a wrap. Virtually Untangled is a full-service business, which means they've got you covered on design and content right through to digital and organization. You'll form a long-lasting relationship with them, as collaboration is central to everything they do. Now it's time to seize the moment and become inbox friends. It's easy to do. Just hop on over to virtuallyuntangled.com or their Facebook page to opt in and receive instant access to the most inspirational ride of your life. So what are you waiting for? Become inbox friends with VU. Until the next episode, keep untangling.